Hiya, and welcome to Roads Yet Traveled. I literally... I didn't even know this game existed until last night. Granted, I can say that about a lot of them. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Okay. Do you think you can change the world? No matter who you are, you can only do so much. You have so little time to make a difference. Even finding a road worth traveling can be hard. It can look winding, erratic, endless. Sometimes it makes more sense to never even start. They say taking the first step is the hardest part. I can't count how many first steps I've taken. Oh? But maybe these steps would be easier if I even slept last night. I mean, come on, what kind of pompous psych professor assigns these kinds of questions before the first day of class? I've barely moved in and this guy wants 10 pages. Gah. Well, I'll have to make it up to him later. Yeah. I know, Mom. No, I was busy unpacking all night. No, I am getting better at it, I promise. Hiya, and it is chill. Yeah, I'm already on my way to class. What? No, yeah, I understand, it's fine. I get Dad had to for work. Yes, we've moved a lot, I know it's okay. Hey, I've got to go now, I have to make it to class. Yeah, love you too. Okay, bye. Putting my phone away and taking a look around, I realize I might have gone the wrong way. I pull out the brochure I got during orientation to try and help me figure out where I am. Looking at the well-illustrated, but poorly designed, map of my new campus, I wonder if that statue I passed was supposed to be one of the founders. Or one of some rich graduate who donated enough to be memorialized. I don't want to go check though, as it's surrounded by freshmen right now. I assume it's the former. Anything to get my bearings straight. All these buildings look so similar. All my past experiences on different campuses are blending together. I swear, any place poorly laid out must really want its students to be late. And who puts the dorms and cafeteria on opposite sides of the campus? Not that I even had time for breakfast, but still. I look back and forth at the little map in my hand in a few directions before just picking one and aimlessly walking. What am I even doing here? This is what, the third? No. Fourth time I've managed to get into some random college. Every time I feel less and less confident I'll stick around long enough to graduate. Hell, at this point, I'm worried I won't last a semester between having to get a job, moving, and my less than stellar work ethic. I'm not lazy. Well, not in a traditional sense. I just can't bring myself to get most of my homework done, which usually leaves me with a less than desirable GPA. If not flat out failing. If I'm not in a classroom, all the work kinda just fades out. I really wonder if I should just stop and... Oof! In my senseless pondering and blind meandering, I bumped into a building that looks shockingly close to one of the little drawings on my map. I do a double take just to make sure. Oh well, I guess I did end up finding the right building. Sure sticks out way more now that I've actually seen it. Ooh? The building in question is the newest on campus. Despite looking ancient, half dedicated to science and half dedicated to psych and literature. Apparently, it's been a big draw for the school. Mainly for the science labs or something. Although I fit into the latter half being a lit major. Guess the donor really thought highly of themselves or something. I heard they modeled it off of some famous campus building somewhere, and the interior is supposed to be in stark contrast to the exterior. Something about finding inner meaning in all things or whatever. I won't complain though. The rest of the campus is a bit more run down than I'm used to anyways. I saw some buildings during orientation that didn't even have air conditioning. Ugh, I'm dreading having classes in those, especially in the spring semester. After staring at the building for what is probably long enough, I decide I should actually get inside before I'm too late. I find myself unable to though. I end up just standing off to the side in the shade of some old trees. Am I really doing this? Dejectedly, I inspect my little map with its embarrassing mascot and colorful logos. Go Bulldogs. Or whatever. I feel out of place, even though I've been through this so many times. First day jitters, I guess. When you think it would get better and I'd feel less nervous, it doesn't. And it feels more pointless. I wish I could just stop. Just find something I was good at and stick with it. Hell, even stick in one place. But no. This is my life right now. Between my family moving constantly and not having the drive or capital to do anything else but keep whatever this is up. I guess I best just get on with it. I'm not even going to last a day at this rate. I jokingly mumble to myself as I head around to the main doors of the building. Gah, being a junior at 25 is so embarrassing. At this rate, I won't graduate till I'm 30. I huff and puff, but once my little tirade is over, I move along. I finally find the front doors and head up the small staircase inside. Seems quiet. Maybe I missed the class rush. I ponder hopefully as I reach the doors. Turns out I was not so lucky. As when I open the doors, I see tons of people headed every which way. Too many people, in fact. Oh man, I didn't know this place even had this many students. Where were all of you at orientation? Ah! I try to head inside, but almost get knocked over by someone barging through the doors. Oof! Hey! I look back, but they're already gone. Jackass. The last classes must have just gotten out. This sucks. I've never been good with crowds, even though I've been told I blend into them quite well. Not really sure that was a compliment in retrospect. Oh well. Getting a bit further into the building, I realize this may be a bit more than I anticipated. Maybe I should try to find an empty hallway or just anywhere I can be alone for a second. I see it. A perfect place to be off to the side and just take a breather. I managed to slip through the crowd and duck behind some awkwardly placed lockers at the end of one of the halls. Ooh. Guess the bad layouts of this place extends to inside their buildings as well. Well, I'm not here to get an architecture degree. I wonder if that's even what architects do or it's like an interior design thing. Okay. Okay, yeah. I read the itch.io page and it said, oh, don't worry, the first update, because this is 1.0, it said, don't worry, the first update is completely SFW, and I was just sitting there thinking, oh, thank fuck. Or if it's like an interior design thing. Man, my thoughts are all over the place. I really need to focus. At least I can be alone here for a second. I'm definitely starting to feel a bit jittery. 3. Oh? 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 This is... That was something. I feel like I'm being trapped. Watched. 2. What is this Gravity Falls bullshit? Did it suddenly get colder in here? Are you sure, sir? Initiating sequence. What is this? This is going to kill the stream. Ah! Hey, yo! I love the art, though. Like... What in the hell? What the hell? Huh? What was that Gravity Falls Slenderman bullshit that I just witnessed? It's cool as fuck, but damn. Did the hallway change when I wasn't looking? Oh wait, no. It also added in some Steven Universe bullshit. Right? Also, hiya. Did the hallway change when I wasn't looking? I guess I must have been so distracted trying to get away from that crowd that I didn't notice I walked into the science wing. Great. Now I'm just lost again. Damn. I really should have had breakfast. I feel super lightheaded. Hopefully there will be some time after class to get something. Surely there's a cafe or something nearby. I start heading down the hallway. Oh, right. I did tell someone that I would increase the volume. There we go. There we go. Limit is now 6.8, is now negative 6.8 decibels. I start heading down the hallway, my little map still in hand. Slightly weathered from me grasping it so hard. The poor little mascot drawing is all crumbled now. I probably shouldn't destroy this thing. Ah! Ah! I probably shouldn't destroy this thing. Might be the only way I can get back to my dorm. I slip it into my pocket as I come to a corner. It's really quiet all of a sudden. I guess everyone is in class already. Everyone except me. I'm late to my first class. This isn't new for me, but I'm still not proud of it either. I really need to get better at managing my time. Not a great way to make a first impression at all. I'm shaking my head to dispel the bad thoughts I find myself in front of a door. Oh? That is Half-Life. That is Half-Life level bullshit. I know I'm looking for room 240L. And I know that this looks like gibberish. I'm no expert, but I don't even think this is a language. Oh, you know, this is the science department. Maybe they have, like, fun names for the classrooms or something and use symbols instead. Hey, that's kind of cool, actually. Shame I never get into a science major. It's literature or bust for me. Oh man, it's bust, isn't it? I just stand lifelessly for a few seconds before shaking it off and reaching for the door handle. Only to realize there isn't one. Oh wow! They really did go all out. Oh! I know! I pull out my student ID card and try touching it to the pad a few times. Nothing happens. I eye up the pad, seeing if there's any way to swipe or insert it, giving it a few inquisitory pokes in the process. Nothing. Oh well, no harm in knocking, I guess. I raise my hand to knock on the door, and before it even reaches the door slides open. People! No, beastmen! Ah! I'm a bit shocked, but also, man, that was cool. Now that's Star Trek. I hope the literature department is half as good as this. I peek inside and see some students working hard standing around a table. All in huge white lab coats looking all proper and clean. I don't think they heard the door open. Must be really busy doing science-y stuff. Hold up! Human shoes. That is not natural. That is not natural. I gather the courage I need and speak up. Like, it's good art direction. It's really good art direction, I think. Like, very good. I love the artwork. But, human shoes. Hi there, guys. Although extracurricular activities did pull it off. I'm a bit lost. Mind telling me where the literature department is? First day and all. Their ears prick up. Wait. What? Ears? As they turn to me, they are much larger than I thought they'd be. Also, they look like dogs. Does this school have a drama club? You must use this room for costumes. Or something. Yeah. Just really, really nice costumes. With moving eyes. And realistic fur. They're staring at me. I snap out of it. I don't like this anymore. I think I'm gonna go anywhere but here. Come on, wake up. I don't like this. Come on, wake up. I say as I duck around the corner and start power walking the opposite direction. I hear what can only be described as barking behind me. My sneakers are thundering on the hard metal floor. Am I running? When did I start running? I'm not stopping now! The hallways all look the same. Did they always look the same? No, I'm sure they didn't. Where are the windows? Where are the bad motivational posters? I need a motivational poster. That little kitten thing holding onto that branch that says, "Hang in there." We gotta hang in there. I don't think this is the science wing anymore. Turning a corner too sharp, I bump into someone. Or rather, something. I think I knocked them over. I gather myself for a moment and look down at them. If the phrase, "deer in the headlights," ever meant anything to me. This is it. I think time has stopped. I might have skipped breakfast and I might be a bit lightheaded, but I'm not delusional. That is a dog in a lab coat. They look analogous to a Doberman, or something of the like. Our eyes meet and I realize they're staring at me, returning my stunned expression. This can't be real! My heartbeat reminds me time stops for no one and I dash off in the other direction. From behind me I hear a shaken, "Wait!" It's enough to almost stop me in my tracks. Did that thing just talk to me? Did I understand it? No. 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 Just keep running. Just casually does a little dance. This is some changed level bullshit. Have y'all played the RPG Changed? I still have to, like, sit down and play it. The adrenaline in my vein is allowing me to sprint far more than I usually do. Morning jogs be damned. I'm running for my life. Maybe? As if things couldn't get worse, red lights started encompassing every inch of the hallways and alarms blare overhead. I have a sinking feeling those are for me. If I wasn't panicking earlier, I am now! I really don't think this is the science wing anymore. Toto, I don't think this is Kansas anymore. Hell, I don't know where I am. I turn a corner and see some more of those things looking around. See, like, I bought the game a while ago, and I still have to sit down and play it. I try to sneak a peek at them. They seem to be talking, but I can't hear them over the alarm. They have foregone the lab coats of the other dogs I've seen so far, and are wearing sleek outfits with a uniform jacket. If the jacket wasn't enough to clue me into what their jobs might be, the weapons they're carrying sure do. One brandishing a worrying-looking baton, while the others have guns of some kind. My heart rate spikes. This can't be it. I can't be here. This can't be real. In my panic, I notice a panel of one of those walls has been removed. Become one with the latex goo. Become one with the goo. No, I don't want to join Bendy in the... I don't want to be an ink machine. I don't want to join the ink machine. But at the same time, Puro. In my panic, I notice a panel of one of the walls has been removed. Maybe for maintenance or something. It doesn't matter. And I don't care. I decide to make a dash for it. I hear some barking behind me. I think they heard me. Or saw me. It doesn't matter. There's enough room to where I can crawl through. Anything is better than this. Seep into the gooey latex. Oh no! Also Haya. Seep into the gooey latex. Mommy Lars, please protect me! Mommy Lars, please protect me. I am safe in the presence of Mommy Lars. There's enough room to where I can crawl through. Anything is better than this. I hear footsteps pounding behind me. They definitely saw me. I try to quickly duck into the opening, but a clawed hand, paw, reaches in and grabs at me. Come here! It grabs furiously before nicking my left arm with its claws. I wince. I think it got me. I think I scream, but in a haze I can't tell. In its fury, it grabs one of my backpack straps and yanks me back a bit. It's far too strong to break free. I manage to quickly wiggle out of my backpack and head down the small tunnel before nearly getting pulled out. I really hope they can't follow me in here, but I don't dare turn back and check. I dodge under narrow pipes and around a corner into a barely lit and claustrophobic hallway. Hallway gives it too much credit. This is less than an intentional crack in a wall. But it's enough! I shimmy forward, hoping with every step I can find a way back from this madness. Out of the rabbit hole, or whatever. It's a tight squeeze to get out of the tunnel into another mess of pipes and cables parading as a hallway. I wince as I get through, reaching to my arm only to find my shirt has caught onto one of the pipes and gotten a hole torn in the left arm. There's a weird red oil on it, and on the pipes I passed. Oh no. I'm just being daft. I must have cut myself on the pipes. The guards definitely didn't have claws. And they definitely aren't giant dogs. Yeah, no, this is just fatigue. I'm just imagining it. I must have wandered off into some still under development part of the new building and gotten chased off by the guards. And now I'm in the walls, bleeding, trapped, like a rat. Well, I'm not going back, that's for sure. While this moment's respite does allow me to clear my head, it also clears some of the adrenaline from my system and the pain comes back. I breathe in through my teeth. Oh, damn it! I clasp my hand to my arm where the cuts are and press tight. I think you're supposed to do something like that. Close enough for me now. I'm pretty sure that's not how you do it. Like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like use like a tourniquet, I think they're called. You're supposed to like put it like above the cut wound and then twist it tightly and it hurts like hell. Or if you don't have access to that, like get a pencil out of your bag and rip your shirt and just make one out of your shirt and out of your ripped shirt and a stick or a pencil in your bag or whatever. And it like stops the bleeding or something, but you also got to stuff some shirt into the cut. I could be wrong, and that is definitely not what's happening, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the wound is deep enough to qualify for that. I think you just need to like cover it up. Again, I could be wrong, and I'm probably wrong. As I do, I hear something akin to grumbling behind me. As long as it's not a cut main blood vessel, just applying pressure. Oh, that's actually good advice. Yep. Thank you for. Yep. Thank you for clarifying that. As I do, I hear something akin to grumbling behind me. My eyes shoot open. Realizing I hadn't checked my surroundings before my little pause, I whip my head around and examine the rest of the hallway. After my eyes adjust to the darkness, I see someone, sitting on some metal jutting out of the wall. It's hard to make out what, and I decide to get closer. I shouldn't have. You definitely shouldn't have. That is... no. It does no good for my psyche to see that this is, in fact, a dog in human clothes. A dog in human clothes just asleep. In front of me. Okay, this is not a job for Mommy Lars. This is not a job for him. This is a job for, if I can find it. Nah, not Baby Ty. No, we don't. No, Baby Ty does not need to witness this. Nah, because that's just cursed. This is a job for Beth from Sileo Tales of a New Dawn. Come, please protect us, Beth, with your amazing powers. Despite my panic, I take a second to look them over, trying to convince myself they're fake. That is just a suit. Anything! I try to compare them to a dog breed I'd know. Anything to make this more manageable in my head. Although in my inspection, my eyes are quickly drawn to one of their arms. Either I'm seeing things, which feels possible at this point, or it's entirely made of metal. Watching their chest move up and down calmly and rhythmically as they sleep does nothing to assuage my pounding heart. A cool blue light emanating from their mysterious arm. My broken and terrified demeanor contrasting their calm and resting state. I hear more footsteps outside. I must be close to an exit or some kind. Maybe another one of those wall panels. I bet I can slip out. Although I don't see an exit anywhere. I see next to this canine, there's a bag of tools. Some that look immediately identifiable, and some more. Pretty sure that was my mom. Some more, let's say, alien in nature. But I've never been in a construction or engineering or whatever. They're probably just normal tools, right? I reach for the most analogous thing to a wrench, using my non-cut-up arm, and try to sneak it out of the bag without making much noise. Spread out! They couldn't have gotten far! My nerves of steel give out the second I hear that from behind me and I panic, knocking the whole damn bag over before scrambling to pick up what I was reaching for. Finally managing to get it from amongst the jumbled mess of other unknown tools, although perhaps too late. Analogous. Okay. Looking up from my fumbling, I'm met with a confused and wide-eyed stare from the creature that was resting not but moments ago. A few slow blinks are exchanged between both parties before it mutters. Am I still sleeping? Well, I've heard these things speak before. Actually, seeing it up close makes me jolt back. Wrench raised in a pathetic attempt to look intimidating. While still dazed, the canine in front of me realizes this and shifts back, albeit a bit too fast, and dings their head on a pipe. Ow! They yipe in a less than intimidating manner. Which is intimidating though is out of reflex or intention they decide to stand up. What is intimidating though is out of reflex or intention they decide to stand back up. I can't speak. Dwarfing me by a few good inches. Ears not included. In the process though, they intentionally get closer to me than I'd like in my current state. Back up! I shout as I aimlessly swing their wrench back and forth at them like some cornered beast. If they weren't awake already, they are now. Hey! Whoa! Be careful. What are you? Stay back! I'm warning you! Their eyes display no understanding. What are you saying? What do you mean, what am I saying? How am I the crazy one here? I take a few steps back. I'm cornered whether I know it or not. They take a step forward. Can't you hear me? I said stay back! With one last pathetic swing, I'm thrown off balance and slip backwards towards the wall. The canine's eyes open wide, not in fear, but in shock and panic. No, wait! Those panels are done being installed! Their words do not stop my descent as I slam into the thin wall, taking it down with me. Oof! Ugh, my head is spinning. The red lights and alarms are not helping at all. I must have knocked out whatever panel they were working on. It takes me a second to come to my senses. I drop the damned wrench and manage to stand up. I feel like shit. I look up and notice that dog is standing where the panel was, looking at me, almost worried. I don't take time to dwell on it as I turn to look both ways down the hallway. One end seems to have a few dogs in lab coats frantically looking this way and yelling. The other way seems clear though. I make a break for it. I'm definitely not running as fast as I was, but running at all is a miracle right now. Then, something turns the corner. Ah! One of those security-looking dogs. They look unarmed, but through the haze in my eyes and the red lights, I swear I see their eyes practically glow blue. Ah! There you are. Oh no! I try pivoting the other direction. Maybe I'll be better off passing those other dogs. I use all the energy left in my exhausted body to try and cover any ground at all. I hear my footsteps. I hear my heartbeat. Then I hear something that makes my heart skip a beat. Their footsteps. They're close already. I can't get away. I can see the tool I dropped earlier and managed to snatch it up before they are upon me. Maybe I can defend myself or something. I turn and my heart stops. Well, it was nice knowing you all. I surrender. Bye-bye, Axel's mom. I surrender. I surrender. I am now one with the goo, with the latex goo. I admit I am now one with the latex goo. Farewell. Farewell. Bounding towards me and just a few feet away is another Doberman. Far more intimidating than the last. Paws out, looking ready to lunge and tackle me. I don't even have time to breathe. I just flinch before I'm knocked to the floor. Well, wait, no! Zap. What? What was that Alice in Wonderland bullshit? That was some Alice in Wonderland level bullshit right there. It's fun though. I open my eyes and look around. My head is in a total daze. I'm in class? Oh, thank goodness. I must have just made it to class and passed out. Those crowds really get to me sometimes. I breathe a sigh of relief. I go to scratch my arm and wince. Ow! What? Pulling my hand away, I see there's blood on it. Oh no. Maybe I still got cut in all of that? I did almost get knocked over before coming into class. Surely there's a reason for all... I realize I've been sitting alone this whole time. No, please! Panic doesn't have time to set in. They spot me in a heartbeat. That was some Five Nights... Like, look at this. That is some Five Nights at Freddy's bullshit right there. Please step away, Mr. Freddy Fazbear. Piercing blue eyes shoot through my very being. This is it. This is how I die. He lunges. I scream. I scream. Startled awake from my horrible dream. To be confronted with a horrible reality. A horrible reality with a warm blanket covering me? This is definitely not my dorm. Hello? Where am I? Taking a quick look around the room, it seems to have some general furnishings like a desk and chair. A bench coming out from one of the walls. A little nook that appears to be a bathroom. This might actually be nicer than my dorm. Wait. I can't be having thoughts like that now. Shaking myself awake, I try to sit up, only to realize just how damn sore I am. It's hard to even shimmy to the side of the bed. And to add to it all, I'm shirtless all of a sudden. Giving myself a quick one over, I find that my pants are still on. Although my pockets have been emptied. And in lieu of a shirt, I have some bandages on my arm and my head. I managed to stop myself from touching them like an idiot. Better just leave them how they are for now. And not that I'd wear shoes to bed, but I realize those have gone missing as well. An uneasy panic sets in. Where in the world am I? Hello? I repeat louder. I managed to swing my legs over the edge of the bed, the cold floor causing me to shiver. After managing to stand up finally, albeit with some wobbling around and catching myself a few times, I realize this room is missing something. Something crucial, in fact. There's no damn door! Walking along the edge of the room, scouting it for any kind of crack or seam or anything, I realize there's just nothing. I bang my fist against the wall. Hello? Still no response. Discouraged, I sit on the edge of my bed and just try to put my thoughts together. None of this makes sense. How did I get here? Where even is here? Where are the giant dog folk just out and about? I'm really hoping that the giant dog part was just hallucinations or something. Unfortunately, I'm having a hard time convincing myself to believe that. I have to calm myself down. Even just a bit. Just focusing on my breathing. I think some therapist recommended that. It's been so long since I've been to one. Feels like hours pass, although it's probably been far less. I find myself jumping at every little inexplicable sound. There must be something behind these walls. I can feel it. That feeling of being watched. But I don't see any cameras. I do, however, recommend seeing a sink in the corner and decide to splash some water on my face. Maybe get a bit of a drink while I'm there. I've done nothing but sit and try not to completely break down. I need some water. The sink seems fine. It runs cold enough. Speaking of, this whole place is a bit on the colder side. Maybe it's because I seem to have been relieved of almost all my clothing, but still. Cupping my hands, I'm able to get a decent drink. Doesn't taste like anything, which means it's water. Probably. Looking at my hands after drinking for them, I see some nicks and bruises. A bit of blood still stuck under a fingernail. I've been better. Fortunately, before my train of thought can get darker, I hear some muffled sounds coming from another wall. It sounds like talking? Try to figure out where it's coming from before setting my eyes on the wall opposite my bed. Creeping over, I manage to hear it's definitely talking, but I can't make it all out. What do you... hurt them? You... well, sir? What? They stop for a few seconds. Sounds like there are 2, maybe 3 of them out there. I put my ear up to the wall to listen. What is it doing? Can they see me? I look around for cameras, but nothing in the room or on the wall sticks out as one to me. There's a sound like a mechanical door opening outside, and I can hear a new voice enter the room. Sorry I'm late, sir. I've never had to come down here before. I thought you knew the entire station? Never mind that. Maruk, can you let us in now? Station? Am I on a military base or something? Guess that would explain the lab coats and armed guards. There's some clicking coming from the other side of the wall, as well as some muffled grumbling. Before suddenly... the wall isn't a wall, but a window! I scramble back, tripping over myself in the process and landing right on my backside. Looking up, I'm met with 3 dogs staring back at me, all with varying expressions. In the middle and directly ahead of me, there's a shorter and older-looking sheepdog of some kind. Maybe a mutt? Wearing a smart-looking lab coat and tie combo. Their expression is one of pure awe, as if they just discovered something amazing. Maybe they have. To his right is a massive St. Bernard-looking dog dressed in what I can only assume are some form of doctor's scrubs. He casually towers over the rest of them easily. I'd be intimidated by his sheer size if he didn't have the most disarming grin on his face. We lock eyes for a moment, and his smile only gets larger. The last dog in the room gives me no such favors. As I turn to my right to face him, I realize who it is. My eyes narrow, and my heart rate picks up. Him. I scramble back to my bed and shield myself with a pillow. He just rolls his eyes and scoffs. Bah, look at that. You and your team have terrified the poor thing. We'll be lucky if we can manage any kind of communication with it now. Yeah, that's great. Just doing my job. Hey, so can I go now, Chief? I gotta make sure there are no more of... He gestures at me. These things around. Finally having a chance to listen to this canine's voice, and not just wanting to scream in return. It has an interesting sound to it. It's not all just barks, I guess. It's gruff, but not intimidating. Right now, at least. He sounds like he's been trained how to speak properly, like in the military or something. Maybe not how to act properly, though. Knowing now I'm not crazy, and these things do indeed talk, I turn to the other 2 to see who this chief is. Now, Maruk, your team is scouring the whole station. And I'm sure they'll do an excellent job terrifying anything else they find. So just stay a while and make sure we don't have any issues here, would you? The chief's voice definitely clues me into his age. If the gray in his fur wasn't an indicator enough already. Being a bit cracked, but still warm. Maruk just grumbles and sits on a bench on the other side of the window. While I am glad our medical team clothed the thing, I do think it would be more advantageous to actually see what it looks like in its natural state. Well, what are you talking about, Doc? I think the team just bandaged it up or something. They didn't put those pants on it. Wait. You're implying you found it clothed running around the ship? Yes. There wasn't some naked creature running around the vents scaring our crew. Didn't you read my report? Maruk, you of all people should know how important yesterday was for me, and... As I watch these 2 bicker at each other, my eyes are drawn to the massive and unmoving saint in the corner of the room. He hasn't made a move since I first saw him. still just staring and smiling. It's a bit more unsettling now that it's been going on for so long. Finally, he speaks up. Chief, I can summarize Security Chief Maruk's report for you. Still not breaking eye contact. Wait. An alarm went off in the advanced research sector after multiple reports of an unknown being roaming the halls. After finding the creature in the vents, it was subdued by Maruk himself. The creature sustained what we believe to be minor wounds and was detained. It showed an aptitude for tool usage, evasion of capture, and logical thinking. Also, it's watching us. He punctuates his speech with a warm smile and points to me as the other two look on. I can't help but look back at them. They seemed shocked that I'm at least following the flow of the conversation. Oh my! You seem to be right, my boy! The chief pats the mountain of a saint on the back and walks closer to the glass. I wonder if this is the results well, yesterday's big show. Sounds like I just missed something before my arrival. It's entirely possible, sir, but there's no way to tell right now. Not until we run all of the data fully. And even then, who knows what it will tell us? Might be a few days still, if not longer. Yes, of course. Well, let's not worry about that until then and focus on this for now. Maruk, in your report you did say it could speak, no? Well, it did more screaming than speaking. But, well, what? Sir, what Maruk is trying to say is that the head of maintenance. I don't know. Rune Tiran, I might be butchering all this, corroborated that it does indeed seem to speak some sort of language, although we do not know what. Guess Rune was that dog I encountered in the walls yesterday. Ah yes, I did see him being questioned yesterday. Interesting mechanic, that one, but hard to find sometimes. Well, bring him down here and maybe he can help us. I don't know if that's necessary, sir. I mean, he only saw the thing for a moment. And no need to bother him, right? Nonsense. I'm sure he'll be of great help. Schedule him to come by sometime, will you? No one moves, but the saint just nods his head and turns back to me. Maybe there are more dogs off to the side taking notes. Ugh, but that's later. Let's just enjoy this moment. I mean, look at what we have here. Just fascinating. I would love to hear it communicate. I truly can't believe we might be making first contact here. First contact? Oh no, am I the first other sentient this species has met? Oh, I am not making good first impression. Well, I guess they aren't really either. Putting me in the cell and all. Either way, I decide it's probably high time to come out from under my pillow and say something. Hello? All of their eyes widen, even Maruk's, as they stare at me. I try to stand brave and strong-looking, crawling out from behind a pillow. But being about the same height as the chief, I don't think it's working. They turn to one another and look a bit confused. Can you understand me? I ask with a small wave. Still nothing but beguiled looks. I don't remember taking lessons in barking and growling, so why the hell can I understand them? I guess I should just count my blessings that I can for now and worry about the why later. They do seem a bit disappointed. Not sure what they expected, though. Any ideas, sir? What? Oh, just thinking, my boy. Give me a moment. Give me a minute. It just spoke up now, yes? Yes, sir. Didn't you hear it? Yes, I did, but that's not what I meant. I mean, it spoke up only after I said how much I'd love to hear it speak, no? I realize since I understand them, I've just been following normal conversation rules and so on. I guess that must be weird for them since they can't understand that I can understand them already. Maybe it was just a coincidence, but we should try some simple questions and... He's cut off by a beeping noise. Raising his wrist, it's revealed he's wearing a bracelet of some kind. It seems fairly innocuous until a small screen appears in front of it. I'm not too far away to see what it says. It's a bit shocking to see something like that. Although, I'm not sure how much more I can be surprised by anything at this point. It's all gone a bit numb. Being imprisoned by giant talking dogs with see-through walls and hologram-emitting bracelets. Dogs in space. It'd be up there for the coolest thing I've ever seen. If I wasn't scared for my life right now. Oh my, some numbers are coming through from the... well, you know. I know how monumental this is. Gesturing at me. But this is my life's work. I must go, you understand. Of course, sir. Maruk and I can handle this. Wait. What do you mean, Maruk and... Thank you. I expect a full report when you're done. Of course, sir. The big saint says with a smile and a nod as the old chief leaves, affording me one last look. Fascinating, isn't it? I can't see the door as he leaves, but I can hear it. There's a moment of silence between the three of us, as if all the life in the room just left. Fortunately for all of us, the one named Maruk ends our discomfort. He's not going to read that report, you know. Oh, he reads my reports. Just not yours. Punctuated with a wink. Whatever. Guess these two are acquainted. I still have no idea really who they are besides some honorific titles in their names. Well, one of their names anyhow. The large saint approaches the wall. Well, one of us has to get some work done around here. Mind letting me in? Aren't you worried about getting contaminated? I spent like 4 hours getting tested by the emergency team. The saint just turns to him and raises an eyebrow. What are you... Oh. Damn it, right, I forget sometimes. That's the point, you know. Yeah, well, it works. Anyways, you know where to stand. Try not to let it out. I've got no idea what they're talking about. Guess they know each other well enough, though. While the saint waits, Maruk pulls up a screen on his bracelet. Guess whatever that thing is, they're ubiquitous around here. And part of the wall opens up. It just slid away. I guess things around here can still surprise me after all. Once the wonder of the sliding wall fades, I realize I'm about to make close contact with another one of these massive canines. My muscles tense up and I go into fight or flight mode. The expression on the saint changes, if only very slightly. There's no way he noticed that, right? I barely flinched, but still. Guess I gotta be careful. He steps inside and the door closes behind him, walking over to the bench and messing around with its bag. I decide to keep my distance, so I sit on the bed and watch, only slightly hiding behind a pillow this time. He's very calm for someone who's sitting in a room with an alien. Wait, I guess I'm also sitting in a room with an alien, although I'm definitely slightly less calm. Still calmer than when I woke up, though. I guess it can't be helped. This new dog might be huge, but he's very disarming. A gentle giant, I hope. While he's putting out some, by the looks of it, medical equipment and other unknown tools, Maruk decides to get up from his bench and saunter over to the wall. You know, Doc, that thing is pretty wily. I'd be careful if I were you. Oh, I'm in so much danger. I need the big and strong security chief Maruk to come over and save me. Yeah, but I'm serious. This thing took up a wrench and tried to hit me. I know, I read your report. Runes too. Fascinating, isn't it? More annoying. I'm already under pressure as is. This really isn't helping. You're fine, Maruk. You've been through worse than this. Yeah, whatever. Why the hell are you in there anyways? I doubt it's just gonna sit all nicely for you. Why not just knock it out and run all your little tests then? Knock it out? I'd rather not be knocked out again. Or at all, please. Maruk, you can't be serious. I'm already mad enough at the emergency team for suggesting using anesthetics on them. Let's not make it any worse, alright? Fine. Just watch out, okay? I'll be right here if you need me. The doc just grunts in acknowledgement. He takes his time double-checking every little tool he pulled out of his bag before turning to me. Our eyes meet and he smiles. He then proceeds to pat the seat next to him. He can't be serious. Maruk picks up on this too. Doc, he ain't a normal patient. I don't think he's gonna just come to you. Well, I can't go to them without scaring them. But I need these tests done. We didn't get great readings when they were asleep. It might not understand us, but it's clearly sentient. Just scared. They will to come to me. Just give them time. Maruk doesn't look convinced. I'm not sure I'm convinced either. From being chased down corridors and being slashed by claws, it's a bit hard for me to just approach one of these things. But now they see I'm sentient, so surely that won't happen again. Right? Ugh, this sucks. My mind is racing every which way. After about a minute of panicking and second-guessing myself, I stand up and slowly head over to the bench. Against my better judgment. Eyeing up both of the big dogs on the way, making sure they don't pounce on me like last time. Maruk seems surprised I moved at all. But Doc just has the same smiling exterior. I really hope I didn't make a mistake here. Not that I have much of a choice in this situation. It's either what? go over to him or just try to make a pillow fort and hide forever? Tempting, but I don't think I have enough pillows. I sit down a few feet away from him, almost falling off the edge of the bench, and slowly turn my gaze towards him. He's even bigger up close. How is this going to work at all? Getting a physical from another species that doesn't even understand me or what I am? Doc slowly offers his hand. Paw? For me, resting palm side up. My gaze rapidly shifts between his massive paw and his face. Is he offering it to me, or does he want my hand in return? Ugh, poor thing's terrified. The chief was right. It'll be a miracle if we can get its trust. Hey, don't blame me. I was just doing my job. Don't remind me. After taking a few deep breaths to steel my nerves, I decided to just get this over with. I've always hated waiting at the doctor's office anyways. I slowly reach up and put my hand inside his paw. Unfortunately for me, he was still busy bickering with Maruk, and I ended up surprising him as he jumps back a bit, causing me to flinch backwards as well. I immediately pull my arms into a defensive position. Oh, no, I'm sorry. A crack appears in his ever-present smile as he seems genuinely worried, putting his paw back out slowly. Much lower this time. Oh, no. Please, don't tell me I've ruined my one chance. My palms are sweaty as I knead my balled fists. Staring down this massive beast's paw, trying to convince myself they're just in fact here to help me is substantially harder than I'd like. After convincing myself that I'm not crazy and this is somehow the best course of action, I oh so slowly return my hand to his paw. I can't help but gently squeeze one of his fingers. It's warm and unbelievably soft. They really are just like big dogs. If there was any doubt left in my mind about these things, it's gone now. They are real. He lets out a sigh of relief as if he'd been holding it back since he walked in here. See, Maruk, maybe you should try being nice sometimes before just tackling everything you see. Hey, first off, I'm great at tackling things. Top of my class. And next time I find an intruder on the station, I'll remember to be nice first. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Did he just make a joke? I can't help but scoff. I'm surprised he has a sense of humor. Guess I don't really know the guy very well. Besides, his tackling prowess, which I can unfortunately attest to. Noticing that Doc has an inquisitive look on his face, I realized I responded to another comment I had no right understanding. Did he pick up on that, though? He does seem smart. But still, that's a stretch. He eyes me up a bit more before reaching over with his other arm and pulling out some bracelet-looking thing. Oh, probably to check my blood pressure. Wait, what good is that going to do? He has no idea what my blood pressure is supposed to be. Maybe to get a baseline? I hope he doesn't expect me to tell him what a normal blood pressure should be. He pulls his paw back and pantomimes putting the device on his wrist. Seems eerily similar to how it'd go at a normal checkup, but I won't complain. I'm going to put this on you and make sure you're healthy, okay? It'll squeeze, okay? Doc. What are you doing? Even if he can't understand us, it's important to explain the procedure. I can only act it out so well. Also, I'm recording this for posterity. Anyways, its heart rate seems to have gone down, so that's good. Probably. Who knew xenobiology would be so hard? Well, maybe it'll be calm enough to get some blood samples. Wait, my heart rate? How the hell can he tell that? He hasn't even put the wrist strap on yet. Is that just a canine thing? I know there are dogs that can do something like that. It's impressive, albeit a bit creepy. And wait, did he say blood samples? Alright, anyways, I'm going to put this on your wrist. You'll feel a bit of a squeeze, okay? He's repeating himself, as if talking to a child, as well as acting it out again. I suppose that's all he thinks he can do to communicate, so I just nod in response. His eyes open wide and he hikes up an eyebrow. Can you really not understand me? I ask, laying out my arm for him. Note for recording, that was the patient. At time of recording, I'll assume that was an affirmative of some kind, as it allowed me to take its blood pressure. Yeah, I'll take that as a no. I wonder if I'm better off with charades. I hate how that might actually be a good idea. Maybe later. I just want to get this impromptu appointment over with. After a short and much more automated procedure than I'm used to, the wristband comes off. Patient calmly allowed me to take their blood pressure. We'll assume this to be a base for future tests. If slightly elevated, perhaps. This would be a really bad way to find out I have high blood pressure. Also, I suppose with no other humans around, I wouldn't be able to tell anyways. I try to laugh it off. While I'm in my own head, Doc pulls out a stethoscope that looks eerily similar to one you can find on Earth, and turns back to me. We'll now attempt to listen to and record the patient's heartbeat as best I can, if I can locate the heart, assuming patient has one. For note, the patient only seems to have fur on their head, removing the need to move it out of the way. He edges slightly closer to me and slowly reaches his empty paw out. I promise I don't want to hurt you. I just want to make sure you are nice and healthy, alright? I almost laugh at his attempt to calm me down. It's sweet, but ultimately unnecessary. Although all said and done, I am feeling a bit more calm, oddly enough. I mean, I'm still trapped, but at least they sent this guy in to treat me instead of Maruk. That'll be a much more physical. At this rate, my heart rate might actually be decent for him. After shuffling forwards again, he makes eye contact with me, as if asking me not to jump back or lash out. I stay calm and let him continue with what he has to do. No need in prolonging it. It does come to mind, however, that while I have made physical contact with these canines before, well, one made contact with me at ramming speed, I have not really had a chance to fully study them up close. I'm grateful to find out they aren't all intimidating. Or maybe it's just Doc. He is massive, but so gentle. I can feel how warm he is. His breath on my arm, his fur brushing against my chest. It's certainly disarming, if nothing else. After leaning in and putting the cold stethoscope to my chest, he mumbles to himself, attempting to ascertain the location of the patient's heart and take a reading. He fumbles about for a bit trying to find it, poking and prodding, but never getting it quite right. I'd be embarrassed for him if he wasn't so alien. I decide instead to just reach up and guide him with a free hand, grabbing the back of his mighty paw and gently delivering it to my heart. Oh, thank you. It only takes 2 beats of my heart for him to realize what just happened. He jolts backwards, falling off the bench. I flinch, worried something has happened. Maruk jumps up and rushes to the wall. What the hell, Doc? You okay? I'm coming in. No. No, I'm fine. Well, what the hell was all the theatrics for then? I just realized that what the chief was implying. Oh dear, oh this is... What are you on about? Maruk. It's following our conversations. Its movements and gestures are not random at all. It understands us. Maruk looks confused, as if he's uncertain that he wants to believe that could be true or not. That's a joke. Right, Doc? He doesn't respond. I'm just glad we might actually be making progress here. I was worried I would have to wait weeks to get anything across. Guess I got found by some damn smart canines. Maruk excluded. Doc slowly gets up while eyeing me wearily, as if I might attack at any second, and musters up the courage to ask, You can understand us, right? I simply nod, yes. Both Doc and Maruk take a second to compose themselves. I guess I was a bombshell drop on them just casually. It's surprising to me too, but so is everything here. I hope it wasn't a mistake letting them know I can understand them. But by how our earlier conversation was going, it seems the chief might have figured me out pretty quickly anyways. Maybe I can ask for a shirt soon. And to be let out of jail. Small steps. Doc blinks himself back to reality and sits down next to me. I don't think he knows what to say. Maruk. It should go without saying that everything that happens here is confidential. Correct? What? Yeah, of course, Doc. I'm the only one who interviewed half the people who saw this thing. We know the captain doesn't want the word out yet. Captain? Like military rank or like boat captain? Are we on a ship? Guess these questions will have to wait, but it seems there's some higher powers than just the chief. For posterity, and to make sure that wasn't just a coincidence, please nod if you can understand us. I'm a bit confused, but I guess not as confused as them. Yes. I understand you. I say, nodding. Doc turns to Maruk, who looks equally as confused. Don't look at me. You're the scientist here. This is well beyond my purview. Well, do something. You know what my skill set includes, and this ain't it. These two really like going at each other. As if they were an old married couple in some cheesy sitcom. A sitcom I'd watch back home. A hole suddenly forms in my gut. Home. Where the hell am I? I really don't know how far home is, huh? Did I even get a chance to say goodbye? That shitty phone call sure didn't count. Man, not now. I'd really rather not cry in front of these two right now. Fortunately, the resident walking heart rate monitor seems to have picked up on this. Oh dear, don't worry, we aren't fighting. Maruk and I just enjoy getting on each other's tails is all. Oh, this is so confusing. I suppose I should introduce myself then. My name is Merowyn. Dr. Merowyn Seno. But most people just call me Mero. Or Doc. Mostly Doc. And that's Maruk Saris, our head of security, if you haven't picked up on that already. This saint is trying to live up to his namesake, huh? He thought I was worried about us squabbling with Maruk and tried to calm me down? Best doctor I've ever had, that's for sure. I take some deep breaths to compose myself. Merowyn, I say, pointing at him. I'm not sure he entirely understands me, but he smiles nonetheless. I point to myself. I think we already know. Tucker. Doc seems very excited and tries to repeat my name. With the language barrier being one-sided, it's very weird how he tries to say it. I wonder if what I am saying and what they're saying sounds different. Like, they obviously aren't speaking English, so why do I hear it like they are? And can they even repeat a word I've said in English back to me? Would I hear it as English or their language and it just get translated? Wait. Is it being translated? This is too much to wrap my head around on an empty stomach. Wait, empty stomach? I look down and grab my stomach, only now realizing how hungry I am. I haven't eaten since last night. Who knows how long ago that was? I'm so disoriented, I don't even know what time it is. Focus. One issue at a time. And that issue is lunch. I realize that Merowyn has just been watching me. And fortunately, I think grabbing one's stomach seems to be a universal language. Hey Maruk, have we brought any food for our guest? Food? No, you're the first one in there since it woke up. What do you suppose it eats anyways? Well, I guess we'll find out. Mind going and picking something up? A variety, if you don't mind. Yeah, I'd love to, Doc, but I ain't really supposed to leave it unguarded. Let alone leave you locked in there with it. I know you think it's fine and all, but it could still be deadly. I appreciate your concern, Maruk, but I'll be fine. Anyways, we can't ask someone else to come and get us anything. So, few people even know what's really here. Maruk looks between the two of us. Not worried per se, more just concerned. Whether for himself or Mero, I can't say. In the end, he sighs and capitulates. Alright, fine, but I've got to be fast. Can't afford to stand in any lines, so sorry if it's not the best selection or whatever. That's fine. Just the best you can. Thank you. With that, he nods and heads out. But not before eyeing me up a bit as if to say, don't try anything. We're going to leave off here tonight. I literally cannot think of anything to say, so stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.